All right, we just finished up breakfast, late breakfast with my son here, and we're dropping some bombs in the breakfast talk. Do you have a little bit of chocolate right here, man? I want to take care of that before we continue the video. So we were talking about reality, and then what people will do in order to argue with reality. And one of the things that he was talking to me about was about a book that he's reading. And the book that he's reading is, what's the name of the book?
The Giver.
The Giver. The Giver. And in the book, The Giver, they have this utopia. And why don't you explain to him just a little bit about what they try to do in utopia?
Okay, so what happens in my book that I'm reading is that they have like a community, and they try as hard as they can to in this community to have a utopia, to be perfect, if you don't know what utopia means.
So they try to be perfect. So in this book, people try to be perfect. And what do they do in order for them to stay in the utopia, to be in this perfect world?
So it's not really perfect because they lie in this community and they kill. They will do whatever they want to do to be perfect.
So they're willing to kill and they're willing to lie in order to keep this perfect illusion of what a utopia is. And then sometimes, I was telling Alejandro, is that sometimes in our family, we attempt to have a utopia, right?
Yeah, we try to have
we try to have utopia. And we learn that you can't have a utopia because you have to acknowledge the good, the bad, the beautiful, and the ugly. Because people will do everything to have a perfect world when the reality, what's the reality, Alejandro?
The reality is that you can't fight perfect. And even though you say that you can't fight reality, the truth is that you still try to fight reality.
We try. That's in a human nature to attempt to be perfect. It's in our human DNA to attempt perfection, because every time we look for perfection, we think that we're going to be closer to God. But the reality is that God made us as imperfect beings so we could experience life and enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
So we're dropping some bombs today. So last statement. What do you want to say to your fans, to the people who are watching?
That you could say that you can't fight reality, as I said earlier in this video. And also you have to mean what you say. You could say it 1,000 times, but you have to mean it.
Stop fighting reality. I know that there is no such thing as utopia. Start loving your imperfections. Learn it. Live it. Experience it. Love life.